Camera is rolling.
Sintel, shot 8, take 4.
Action. So hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I want to say media meets law because I'm so used to saying that, but yeah. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking to my experiences in June, July 2022, from that period when I was making my first short film, and it was good. I'm happy that I got to do that. And if you haven't seen it, you need to go and see it. I feel like you should just pause on this and then go and watch it, then come back here. I'm going to be making this video like I was talking to myself in June 2022. And if you're a first-time director, or you're about to direct your first shot, or like, in fact, I feel like if you're about to just do something for the first time and you're finding it a bit nerve-wracking, it might help you. And this thing is giving, you know, all those people that 1 week into marriage, they're already giving you advice on how to have a long-lasting marriage. I know it's giving that, but I swear I have some things to say. Like, I did that, and I'll tell myself to do it again, because honestly, logically, it made no sense that after 3 months training in screenwriting, I tell myself that I want to direct and produce and write a short film. For me, it wasn't a thing of, should I make a short film now? Should I not make a short film now? It was just a thing of, yeah, I want to make a short film, so I'm going to make a short film. Some people might have told me that maybe you should just chill, maybe you should just learn more, know more. Maybe you should just do it.
So that stopping and waiting till I learn everything, it's just low-key. It's an excuse to wait for that moment when you feel suddenly ready. You might never feel suddenly ready. You might never learn everything that you think you want to learn.
Maybe you should just do it. Because I feel like why I wanted to do it was I just wanted to know what the fuss was about. Like, I wanted to know if this is something I wanted to give myself to. I wanted to commit myself to. I wasn't going to go on some learning streak and keep learning and learning. I mean, I learned for 6-7 years of my life. I just wanted to do. And I think a good way of learning is actually by doing. Like, you think you want to do a short film. What do you have to lose? Money? You make it back.
And honestly, I don't ever think you really lose money when you're investing in yourself, when you're learning something. I spent a whole lot of money. Looking back, I think that I didn't have to spend that much. But I don't regret doing it.
And I think this brings me to my next point of having yes men in your life. I know that a lot of people have said, oh, don't have yes men, people that... But I think that to an extent, you need yes men in your life. You need people that when you tell them that you want to do something, they won't shut your dreams down. They would hear you out and encourage you. I think it's also important that you also are that kind of person for people. It was already frightening for me to think I'm going to make a film. When you voice it out to the first set of people, the energy you get from them can maybe make or mar your gut feeling. I opened up to my friends, to my family, to my sister especially, and to Hope, the co-director of the short film. I reached out to them and like some film friends, and I was like, guys, I think I want to make a short film. And all I got was, yes, do it.
When I wrote the film, the script, I showed it to someone and the person's response was like, oh Moya, you're not a genius. And I'm like, in what conversation, in what way did I ever tell you that I was a genius? So what that told me was that you don't need to take everybody on your process. You know, some people should just know your journey. They should just know the end point. They should just know the milestones. Not everybody should be taken along on your process. Not because they're bad people, but they're not helpful for your journey. And you don't need to start dealing with those baggages and those.
I definitely do not mean that everybody absolutely has to love your work. What I'm saying is that people around you, especially your friends, should have constructive criticism, never destructive criticism, not side comments or just tearing down your work and nitty picky, pit picky, be giving Mickey.
We need a mix of filmmaker yes men and your friends yes men. So your friends and like your personal life friends yes men will tell you, yes, you can do it, I believe in you, but they don't know shit about filmmaking. They can't really help you to actually do it. That's where you have the filmmaker yes men. So let me tell you something. I didn't know shit about directing. Well, I had stage play experience, so I kind of know a bit about like performances, and I know what I want to see in my head, but I didn't know the terminologies, I didn't know the lens to get, I didn't know the camera to get, I didn't know the technicalities. I really didn't know about it. So let me just tell you a cheat code. If you don't know about it, get people that know about it and work with them. The first time I was on a film set was during our short film project in Elka. The second time I was on a film set was my own first short film that I was directing. One of the first times I'll be on a set and I was coming as a director, so it was a very dicey ground for me. I just knew that I did not want to have to deal with ego. Like, I'm already nervous enough. I don't want to have to deal with looking like I know what I did not know. Being honest with myself about where I was, starting out my journey and communicating with people I was working with helped. I know people say fake it till you make it, but that's not my energy. I feel like it's unfair for me to carry people in a bus and tell them that I'm very good with driving and I actually cannot drive. And it also helped that those guys are very respectful about it, because they're people that you communicate your shortcomings to and they make you feel less. Remember when Hope first of all connected me to Maneuver. Maneuver is one of the cinematographers, and Damola is also one of the cinematographers. I just told them, like, guys, I don't know anything. I'm learning, yeah. I've been taking out time to learn on YouTube and watch this and watch that, but I don't have field experience of it. And those guys are amazing. They were like, don't sell yourself short and say, oh, you don't know anything. Yeah, I know you don't know some things, but don't sell yourself short. And then on production itself, that's where my gut feeling failed me. Everybody was working just to make this story that I thought in my head into a film. I think that's when I just felt like, oh shit. I started to second guess myself. I started to wonder, but thankfully it was too late, because I mean, everybody was already on set, money had been paid, schedules had been cleared. There was no going back. So looking around, I was extremely anxious. I was extremely like, wow. This stress is mucho. Which story do I want to tell? I could have just tweeted about it. Why make an entire film about it? Like, why? You know. Thankfully, I had friends that were like, I kept telling me, no, this is a good story. Just keep going. You're doing well. Just keep going. Because at some point, my gut feeling and my courage stopped. And that's when I had to lean on the encouragement of other people around. So the first time I felt like, oh my God, I'm really doing this, was when I had to make a transfer. And I remember that the first thing I paid for was for accommodation for the days I was shooting. I was like, wow, this is more than just I want to make a short film. I want to make a short film. I'm actually committing my money. I'm putting my money into this thing. Wow, God's feeling in the mud. No be God's go pay the bills. I don't know if it's going to be me being judgy, but I saw one tweet about someone. I don't even think the person was Nigerian. I can't remember, but I just randomly came across a tweet where the person said money finished halfway into production and they needed GoFundMe to continue the film. And it came to me, that verse of the Bible that says that which man said to build a house without counting the cost first. I'm sure the person that tweeted it also wasn't happy to be in that position where you're stuck. You can't move back. You can't move back and undo it, because I mean, you spent money to producing some things and you can't move forward because there's no money, so you're just stuck. Like, yeah, when I say go with your gut feeling, and like also plan, like also count how much it will cost you. You know, it was very tough because around that time I was also just moving to my first apartment. Around that time I was still furnishing, so it was a lot of financial strain on me, and I found myself starving a lot. And eating like once a day. felt stupid. A lot. I felt more stupid than I felt confident. I know it might not look, I looked like that to people that were on set with me, but that made no waiting in my chest.
I felt like I was already out of sorts. I was already wondering if asking certain questions will make me look stupid. I want to ask, okay, so why do we do this? So why is that going there? So why is this going there? And it felt like I was an intern and a director at the same time. And it's a weird place to be. I tell myself, like, don't dwell on the feeling of being stupid, because you're not stupid. You're doing something very courageous, and you're even being more courageous by asking questions. I tell myself, pat yourself on the back more, especially in production, going out of your comfort zone, and that's respect worthy. I remember also one time we did a shot downstairs. We did the first shot downstairs, and I didn't quite like it. The way everybody had to pause just to fix something I wanted fixed made me feel, okay, Moyo, maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're asking for too much. I think I'll tell myself to stop telling myself that I'm doing too much, because it was going to affect me from expressing how I felt about certain time. And so, like, I was talking about the guy that came and told me that I was doing too much. It hurt me because I already felt like I was doing too much and not enough at the same time. So I think I'll tell myself to express myself more and like get over myself, get over I feel stupid, that's why I cannot talk. Talk. Like you're the director, you're on that seat, talk, express yourself. Another thing that I think I wish I'd done was taking ownership of the set.
There was this particular guy on set that kept saying, director. I'm like, hello. My name is Moyo, sorry. My name is not director. Because I still felt like it was too much of a title to put on myself. But that was what I was doing here. That was the capacity I was working in. But I had that imposter syndrome. And also when I had to say action for the first time, and like the first sequence, the first day of saying action, it just felt like action. I'm like, action.
I think I was walking on eggshells a lot. It also part of relates to why I wasn't expressing myself. I felt, oh my God, these guys are coming together to work so hard to bring my vision into fruition. So I was more of a, oh my God, thank you so much, and just making sure everything went well. And I wasn't like taking ownership. I wasn't relishing the moment. I wasn't being in it and interacting with it. It was just happening to me. And so I wish that I had taken ownership, let it sink in, express, like be, like not letting myself, like not getting my own way. I was tripping over myself and overthinking and not taking ownership. So when someone says director, I'm like, who is it talking about? You who's the director? Should I say, yeah, hi, it's me, action. My voice was shaky a lot, and again, like, there are not things that I would undo because it's expected for a first. It wasn't supposed to be perfect, but that doesn't mean that I can't learn from that and work on it for the next one. I think that one thing I didn't expect was that a lot of my energy would go into people management. All that was in my head was how to make this production the best that I could within my capacity and within every other person that was making this film into a reality. That was all that was in my mind. Somehow it totally skipped my mind that I was working with human beings and I'm also human myself, and that means that there'll be a bit of drama here and there. And so when it happened, it came from the most unexpected quarters. I'm not going to like name names and give that detailed drama because we really don't need that. I don't need that. I don't know if it's like that for you, but for me, when I have issues with someone, when I talk about it and I say let's have a discussion about it, that means I want to resolve it. I want us to work on it. But when I don't and I just ignore and I keep quiet, in my head you're dead. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And on set, one or two persons, stepped on my foot and I didn't like it, and I just told myself I never want to feel this way. I never want to be put in this position. I never want to be I don't want to be in the same space with this person. But I think that what I tell myself, like what I'm trying to learn or unlearn, is that wouldn't work for me in this filmmaking industry, because there's a lot of people that will step on your foot and make you feel horrible and be manipulative and just stress you unnecessarily. And if you keep on cutting everybody off because they're stressing you and they're hurting you and they're being one kind way, you have nobody to make a film with. Of course, there's some people that you just tell yourself that God help me, I be in this position, I won't work with this person. There are some people like that. But if at the slightest, well, it was actually not the slightest, to be honest, but just telling myself that the attitude of just keep it going, just keep it going, just keep it going might not help me in the long run. Filmmaking, especially in Nigeria, it's a circle. It's a circle, it's a cycle. You're recycling and you're circling back to the same people and set of people, and you don't want to keep. It's too early to start saying, cut you off, cut you off, cut you off, cut you off, cut you off. I told myself anyways, I'm not going to make my next short film until I know that I have learned from my past mistake. And that might be me taking it too far, from just doing to now wanting to learn a lot. I guess that's all I have to say. And also, don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share your experiences. Maybe not even like filmmaking, but like the first time you did something and how you felt. Bye.